just looking to celebrate their success in this season's top flight in Spain. 1 point clear of Real Madrid coming into this game. Of course, Real Madrid have already played this weekend. A 2-0 win over Success. Real Sociedad yesterday. Not enough, of course, having already lost the league title to Barcelona. It was effectively lost back on the 11th of this month when they were beaten 4-3 in the league game. That was essentially where Barcelona secured the league title. They did lose last weekend, of course, but there was nothing to play for. Beaten 3-2 by Villarreal from 2-1 up. So they'll look to end their season on a high, and they are also chasing their 100th goal in the league this campaign. 99 scored, 39 conceded. They do leave themselves open at times, and Athletic Bilbao, in contrast, will be tough to break down. They have the best defensive record in all of the traditional Big Five European leagues this season. They've only conceded 26 goals, fourth place at the moment, on 70 points level with Villarreal, who have already played, of course, this weekend. As I mentioned, this is the last game of the league season. There are no other fixtures to be completed. Everyone has completed their 38 games. And Barcelona, a point clear of Real Madrid, can win the league by 4 points by picking up a victory here at the San Mamés, home of Athletic Bilbao, of course, and home to the Europa League final in midweek, one which Athletic Bilbao narrowly missed out on. The Barcelona players being given a guard of honour by the home fans here. Following the remarkable success, of course, in La Liga. It was heartbreak for Athletic Bilbao. In the Europa League, they lost here by 3 goals to 0 to Manchester United, which effectively ruled them out of the final. Guard of honour also for De Marcos, the Athletic Bilbao captain, a 36-year-old, has announced that he will be leaving the club, of course. And he is being celebrated by the Athletic Bilbao players and the Barcelona players. He's being given the guard of honour as well, and being appreciated by the supporters. Great servant to the club. Joined back in 2009, having turned 36 last month. Over 550 appearances. He is signing off. It is his last game. He is retiring at the end of this season. He's the outfield player with the most appearances for the club. So a very emotional start to the night for the Athletic Bilbao players and supporters. lot of celebrating to be done here before the action gets underway. And just time to run you through the two teams. Athletic Bilbao start with Simon in goal, back four of De Marcos, Núñez, Paredes and Yuri Berchiche, and Ruiz de Galarreta and Jauregiza, the holding midfield players behind Berenguer, Gomez and Nico Williams, and of course Sanadi up front. In Sunset, who is their top scorer in the league this season with 15 goals, unavailable through injury, has missed the last few weeks. And they are of course captained by Oscar De Marcos, making his final appearance for the club, well over 550 appearances for Athletic over a 16-year period. Barcelona start with Peña in goal, back four of Eric Garcia, Araujo, Kubasi and Balde, midfield three of Pedri, Gavi and Lopez, Fermin Lopez, with Lamine Yamal and Rafinha either side of Robert Lewandowski, who has 25 league goals this season and is 6 behind Kylian Mbappe as far as the golden boot is concerned. Ernesto Valverde, of course, the Athletic manager, up against his former side. And we are just about ready to get this game underway. Barcelona playing in a changed strip of fluorescent yellow or green. Athletic in their traditional red and white stripes and looking to make an early impression. On this first half, and the ball is played towards Berenguer, who couldn't get it under control. There's a little bit too much on the pass from Williams. And possibly in a slightly offside position as well, Berenguer, so a little early warning for Barcelona. As I mentioned, do concede goals. They've conceded 13 more than Athletic over the course of the season, but they have scored an awful lot as well. They are going in search of their 100th goal in La Liga. 99 scored. Very entertaining. Hansi Flick's team narrowly missing out on the Champions League final, of course. Domestic success, beating Real Madrid to the title, will always ensure there's some credit in the bank heading into the following season, and Hansi Flick is certainly going to be around for the foreseeable future to try and build on this very exciting squad that he has built around some very good players. Just a reminder of how things have panned out so far. We can look pretty much at the full picture in La Liga, with all games bar this one having been played. It is Valladolid, Las Palmas and Leganés who return to the second tier. Leganés a little unlucky to be relegated on 40 points after 38 games, only one behind Sevilla and Girona, two behind Alaves, Espanyol and Getafe, who ultimately finished 13th. But only 2 points clear of the relegation zone. And then a 4-point gap to Valencia and Real Sociedad, who make up the bottom half of the league table in 12th and 11th, both on 46 points. Mallorca finished 10th on 48. And a further 4 points above them, Osasuna, who narrowly miss out on Europe, with Rayo Vallecano getting that spot based on the head-to-head record, so they will be in the Europa Conference League playoff round. Celta Vigo and Real Betis have secured their place in the Europa League. Real Betis finishing 6th. They can also, of course, win the Europa Conference League on Wednesday when they take on Chelsea. And it means that Villarreal take 5th spot, 10 points clear of Betis, so comfortably inside the top 5 into the Champions League stage for next season, along with Athletic and the 2 Madrid sides, with the champions, of course, Barcelona, who have possession here and are looking for that early breakthrough. Not a lot riding on this game, of course. Ernesto Valverde, as I mentioned, will want to get one over his former club. And Oscar de Marcos, the captain, will also want to finish his career here on a high, and as his pass into Sanadi that looked like it was going to lead to a breakaway opportunity. Berenguer is now getting to the byline and looking for the cross to the far post, and it's headed in, but the flag goes up for offside. It was a really good header from Gomez. He put the ball into the back of the net, but the flag went up, and whether Berenguer was offside or whether there was a potential offside slightly earlier in the move remains to be seen. De Marcos' ball through to Sanadi. I think Sanadi just stayed inside his own half, so I think he's fine for the first one. But when the ball is then played again down the right-hand side for Berenguer to chase, he was in an offside position. The decision has been confirmed and cleared, and the goal will not stand. So Athletic not getting that celebratory early goal. They can't catch Atletico Madrid, of course. 6 points behind them as things stand. They will finish above Villarreal, even if they get absolutely thumped this evening, because it is head-to-head record over goal difference. Villarreal in 5th on 70 points, level on points with Athletic Bilbao, who have the better head-to-head record. Athletic Bilbao have won half of their league games this season. 19, or would be half if they don't win today. Obviously slightly better than that if they do win and pick up their 20th win of the season. They only lost 5 times, which is the fewest number of defeats in La Liga as well. Atletico, Real and Barca have all lost 6. Again, a little more incentive perhaps for Athletic to finish on a high here and try and pick up the win. Biggest disappointment for them was that they did not manage to book a place in the final of the Europa League, which was held here at the San Mamés. Paid the price for a poor first leg performance. In the semi-final against Manchester United, but it has been a very successful season. They're going to finish one place higher than they did in the last campaign. They finished the season strongly as well. They won 4 of their last 5, and they have remained unbeaten in that period, just a draw away at Real Sociedad. They haven't conceded a goal in those 5 games either. In fact, if you go back over the last 10 games, they've only conceded 1, and that was against Real Madrid back in April in a 1-0 defeat. Again, just an indication of how tough they are to play against. They don't lose many matches, and they are threatening early on here against Barcelona as Nico Williams tries his luck from just outside the penalty area, curling it over the crossbar. It's a good run. Ball played out to him on the left-hand side. Cut in onto his right foot. Got to the edge of the box. Looked to curl it round the defender and only just cleared the crossbar. Really good run from Nico Williams, who will no doubt be linked with a number of other big European clubs this summer. As Athletic Bilbao come forward. Just to go back to Nico Williams, who threatened the Barcelona goal there a few moments ago. He has been linked with some big moves this summer. Likes of Arsenal and Real Madrid are expressing interest. Nico Williams is on the ball again, into the penalty area, cutting inside, looking for the pass this time. Manages to pick out Berenguer. The move has lost a little bit of momentum. DeMarcos has it now. And it's back with Ruiz de Galarreta. Tries to play it out towards Williams on the left-hand side. Over hit it in the end, and it has gone out of play for a throw-in. Just over 10 minutes gone in the first half. Barcelona have been second best so far, champions. Almost been caught out a couple of times on the break. They do have pace, this Athletic team, particularly on that left-hand side with Nico Williams, and he's already proved to be a threat. They've also made some headway down the right-hand side as well. Berenguer has managed to get in behind a couple of times. The ball picked up by Pedri now for Barcelona. It's played back to Araujo, who finds Eric Garcia. Back with Araujo again, on the edge of the centre circle. Picks out Pedri, it turns brilliantly and drives towards the Athletic Bilbao goal. Played the pass into Lewandowski, and a sliding challenge that took it away from the experienced Pole. Was that another very, very successful season in La Liga. Incredible goal-scoring record over the last few years. Just about to complete his third season at Barca. He's played over 100 games now. This is 103rd appearance. '67 La Liga goals in that time. Go all the way back through his career. 461 league goals in 637 league games. 638th appearance in a league match tonight. Obviously that record goes all the way back to his days in Poland. Fairly prolific in the lower leagues. 20 years or so ago now. He started out with Delta Warsaw. Played for Legia's B team as well in the third division in Poland. Eventually made the move to the top flight, joined Lech Poznan in the Ekstraklasa, where he was really prolific, 32 and 58. Before getting his move to Germany, 74 league goals and 131 Bundesliga appearances for Dortmund, and then an even more impressive 238 in 253 games. And he is in again here, Lewandowski, on for a goal here. Surely he's chipped the goalkeeper, and he has scored. And there is goal number 26 for the season. His best ever goal-scoring season in La Liga for Barcelona. And he was played in one-on-one with Simon. And with an audacious finish to give the champions the lead. Very simple from a free kick deep inside their own half. It was two passes. Fermin Lopez receiving the ball and then picking out Lewandowski, who made the perfect run. Found himself one-on-one with Simon. Scooped it up right-footed over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. Beautifully finished. A classic striker's goal from Robert Lewandowski. All those numbers I was reeling off there. Well, you can add another one to the collection. His 68th La Liga goal for Barcelona, 26th this season. As I mentioned, his best goal-scoring campaign for Barcelona so far. 68 league goals and 103 appearances since signing in 2022. And with less than 15 minutes on the clock, Barcelona have their goal. He is still 5 behind Kylian Mbappe now, ended the season with 31. One of 4 players to make it to 20 plus goals this season. Robert Lewandowski, along with Mbappe of course, Ante Budimir, 21 for Osasuna, and Alexander Sorloth, 20 for Atletico Madrid. Barcelona on the move again with Balde down the left-hand side. Got that goal now. Pedri looking for Fermin Lopez. It was such a well-worked goal. It's a free kick inside the Barcelona half, and there was quite a risky pass from Kubasi, who took the free kick into Fermin Lopez. It was almost intercepted, but it was judged perfectly, and Lopez then had a bit of space to run into and played a lovely through ball to Lewandowski. And now Barcelona in again with Lamine Yamal, just denied the chance to cross it into the penalty area. It has gone behind for a corner, and Lamine Yamal and Yuri Beshiche squaring up to each other. Incredible season for Lamine Yamal as well. Still so young, he's made such a big impression. 17 years old still, doesn't turn 18 until July. You think of what he's already achieved. Barcelona have a corner now that'll be taken by Rafinha, and it's into the back of the net. I think it might be an own goal. Lewandowski is celebrating, maybe he got a touch. But it is 2-0 Barcelona, and it was the delivery from Rafinha that made it happen. What a start for Barcelona. Less than 18 minutes gone. They lead by 2-0. And Lewandowski does get the final touch. It's such a good delivery from Rafinha. It does come off the defender first at the near post, but it just falls perfectly for Lewandowski, who is left completely unmarked. It's poor from Athletic Bilbao defensively. Not dealt with properly at the near post with the header, and nobody picked up Lewandowski. Paredes just seemed to lose him in there, and he adds yet another goal to that tally. And at this rate, maybe Kylian Mbappe is watching rather nervously. It's Still 4 goals ahead. It would take something pretty special to be overtaken here, but if anyone can do it, it's Robert Lewandowski. And Barcelona with a 2-goal lead. This is the kind of celebration that they were looking for. Incidentally, his first goal tonight. Lewandowski was the 100th scored by Hansi Flick's Barcelona this season in La Liga. That total now stands at 101. The goal difference of plus 62. Athletic Bilbao have just won a free kick. Marwan Sanadi is fouled midway inside the Barcelona half. Decent position here for Athletic, who have an awful lot to do. Already 2-0 down against the champions, and despite their remarkable defensive record, and will already be a little concerned with how quickly the goals are flowing here. Did have the best defensive record in La Liga, by the way, with 26 conceded. Very nearly scored from the free kick. I think it would have been offside anyway. Sanadi misses from close range. I think there was an offside in the build-up, so probably wouldn't have counted anyway. Simple ball over the top, headed back across goal, and Sanadi putting it wide. A big let-off there for Barcelona, who have now won a free kick, just as Athletic thought they'd won the ball back again. Play resumes with a Barcelona free kick inside their own half. They have had a couple of scares early on here. Sanadi very close to pulling a goal back just a moment ago, although, as I say, may well have been disallowed anyway. And then they did have the disallowed goal earlier in the game, and Nico Williams had a good chance, and he's just won the ball back again for Athletic on the edge of the penalty area. No space to shoot, tries to pick out a pass for Gomez, and it's won back by Barcelona. It's with Fermin Lopez. First time pass into Lewandowski, who releases it quickly for Fermin Lopez. His pass is not the best. Rafinha has to win the ball back off Oscar de Marcos, and Barcelona can build again from the back. Balde has it, steps inside, beats Berenguer, and then plays it into the centre circle for Pedri. Pedri playing it out wide to Eric Garcia, who gets it back from Lamine Yamal. Now it's played back to Araujo, and Gavi looks to switch the play, right-footed, searching for Rafinha on the right-hand side, intercepted by the hosts, who now look to break away themselves. A decent ball out wide to Nico Williams, who's taken on Eric Garcia, and he's given him a few problems early on, and he's tried to slip the ball into the penalty area this time rather than go for goal, but it's been won back by Barcelona, and now Lamine Yamal given the chance to run it. The Athletic defence, good defending it was too from Yuri Beshiche, and that is quite a good battle developing there on that side, the left-hand side for Athletic, and Barcelona's right-hand side. Yuri Beshiche and Lamine Yamal, they've had a few words with each other already. 17-year-old is not going to be intimidated by the far more experienced fullback. He was at a number of different clubs over the years, a 35-year-old. Was briefly at Tottenham at the start of his senior career, had some time in the youth ranks there. A loan spell at Cheltenham Town back in 2009 before eventually making the move to Real Sociedad, Paris Saint-Germain. He's been at Athletic since 2018. Pretty unique career progression for him. And he was in the youth team at Athletic Bilbao as well before joining Tottenham back in 2007. As I say, extremely experienced and more than twice the age of his direct opponent on that wing. Kubasi now. And it's Araujo. Ball with Gavi. Rafinha. Back to Balde. Berenguer trying to close him down. Balde takes the ball infield and skips past 2 or 3 players before eventually losing possession on the edge of the centre circle. The referee has actually pulled it back for a free kick. There's some stern words for Lloreguizar. Rafinha. Barcelona on the move again. High crossfield ball aimed at Rafinha, which is headed behind by Oscar de Marcos, and it will be another Barcelona corner. And we've already seen what the delivery of Rafinha can do, and providing the cross for Lewandowski's second goal. Polish striker on a hat-trick here. Has already scored 1 this season. Ball with Lamine Yamal again. Dangerous ball to the far post, and Paredes wasn't really aware of what was around him and is forced to turn it behind for another corner. This time from the Barcelona right-hand side. Corner taken short as the ball finds its way to Lamine Yamal. Barcelona lose possession this time, and Athletic trying to hit them on the brakes. Anadi trying to take on the Barcelona backline on his own, has to settle for a throw-in. De Marcos. Ball back with Paredes, who's clipped it out to the left-hand side for Nico Williams to chase. He's done well to keep it in play and then win a throw-in down by the corner flag. Sliding challenge by Eric Garcia. And Nico Williams has certainly been the biggest threat. Now with De Marcos. Slips it into Berenguer, who manages to turn and get the cross in. Hasn't been cleared yet by Barcelona, still inside the penalty area. Hook towards goal. Sanadi gets his foot to it and can't direct it on target. And there's an offside flag anyway against Marwan Sanadi. Great play by Berenguer on the right-hand side. It was Gomez who hooked the ball back towards goal after it was half cleared by Barcelona, and Marwan Sanadi was in an offside position. As Barcelona almost find a way through again. Lovely play by Pedri in midfield to skip past a couple of players so effortlessly. Gavi and Pedri have been the orchestrators in that Barcelona midfield. So much young talent in the Barcelona team. They do have that experience, of course, as well. Lewandowski being the prime example. And Lamine Yamal, still just 17 years old, as I mentioned, doesn't turn 18 for a couple of months. Over 100 appearances for Barcelona. This is 106th appearance in all competitions, 73rd in La Liga. 14 league goals, 25 goals in all competitions. To mention, by the way, he has 19 international caps already and has scored 4 times. But he is just one of a number of incredible young players that this Barcelona starting lineup has. Pau Kubasi is only 18 years old, already a full Spanish international. Over 50 league games for Barcelona. And even Gavi, just 20 years old. And Pedri has been around a little bit longer, but he's only 22. 135 league games for Barcelona already. It's before tonight. Nico Williams has it for Athletic now on the left-hand touchline. Does well to play the ball infield. And DeMarcos making a run down the right-hand side, and he's fired it across, and it very nearly has found its way into the near post. It has been cleared by Barcelona. Pedri plays it out wide to Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side. Lamine Yamal went down, and play continued. Eventually the ball goes out of play for a throw-in. Decent opportunity though for Athletic. They've had their chances in this first half. Almost bundled in at the near post by Sanadi from DeMarcos' cross. And now Athletic Bilbao are looking for a way through again. Lamine Yamal picks it up. Barcelona can start once more. Just over half an hour played in this first half. The ball back at the feet of Pedri once again. Now it's with Fermin Lopez. Lovely ball to Balde, who is barged over by Marwan Sanadi. And it'll be a free kick in a wide area for Barcelona, right on the touchline. Certainly a decent crossing position. Fairly cynical challenge by Marwan Sanadi. Be a little bit lucky to avoid a booking. Wasn't much intent to play the ball there. Referee is giving him the benefit of the doubt for now. Rafinha, the most likely to take this free kick, and it will be him, left-footed towards the far post, headed away, picked up by Araujo. Now it's with Balde, back with Araujo again. And returns it to Balde in the centre circle, gives it to Kubasi, who's dropped back now after making his way into the penalty area for that attacking free kick. Back in possession again, Kubasi, and plays it out to the right-hand side. Araujo gives it to Pedri. Exchanges passes with Gavi. And then plays it out to the left-hand side for Balde. Finds Fermin Lopez. First time pass round the corner to Lewandowski. Makes it back to Fermin Lopez, and now it's with Rafinha on the edge of the penalty area. Takes it out to the left-hand side and delivers the cross. It finds Lamine Yamal on the edge of the box. Lamine Yamal looking for the space to shoot. It's deflected and it's wide, and it will be a corner. Barcelona looking threatening again. Unai Simon scrambling a little bit to get across to that ball as it looped towards the goalkeeper's right-hand post. He's able to see it safely wide, but it is a corner. A corner that Fermin Lopez will take this time. Right-footed in-swinger coming, and it's a good delivery as well, headed clear to the edge of the box, and then a miss-hit from Rafinha. The ball ends up in the... Well, ends up going behind for a goal kick. The referee's just delaying the restart here. If something was being checked, or just because Lewandowski was down, was barged in the back as that corner came in. Nothing's going to be given. Sanadi, though, is fouled. Wins a free kick for Athletic Bilbao. Nine minutes plus stoppage time left in this first half. As the free kick is played in, bounces harmlessly into the arms of Peña. They've had their moments in this first half, Athletic. They've been undone by two moments of real quality. The finish of Lewandowski from the first, and a rather more straightforward finish for the second, but it was the quality of the delivery from the corner by Rafinha that helped create that goal. Pedri has it now for Barcelona, being put under pressure. Manages to wriggle away, and now it's played to Fermin Lopez, and Barcelona are on the move again. Lopez with a lovely ball out to the left-hand side where Lamine Yamal finds himself in a bit of space. Backheels it into the path of Balde, just about gets hold of it, and now it comes to Fermin Lopez again. Athletic trying to press as hard and as quickly as they can, but Barcelona's passing is very, very slick. And now it's with Araujo and Eric Garcia, and finds Rafinha out on the right-hand side. Back to Eric Garcia again, and now Lamine Yamal picks it up. Gets to the byline, cutting inside. Skips past a couple of players, plays it in towards Pedri. Pedri looking for the cross, scoops it up towards the far post. Balde almost gets it under control. And Berenguer has to do some really good defensive work and get the ball away from danger. Marwan Sanadi's done well to win the ball inside his own half, looking for the run of Nico Williams, and he's played a lovely ball out to the left-hand side as well, as Nico Williams cuts in field, looks for support. Two Barcelona players up against him here, tries to take them on, can't do so, goes to ground, nothing given by the referee. As Barcelona briefly lose possession and then win it back again. It did look for a moment as though the break really was on there for Athletic Bilbao. And they know that Barcelona are vulnerable at times to those kind of swift counter-attacks. They haven't quite been able to take advantage so far in this game. A couple of close calls. Maybe a little unlucky to be 2-0 down, but the quality of this Barcelona team is shining through at the moment. Lamine Yamal plays a lovely ball to Fermin Lopez down the right-hand side. Fermin Lopez cutting infield and trying to hit the ball with the outside of his foot. Headed away from danger. And now it is Marwan Sanadi. Plays it back to Nunez. Under pressure now, the central defender does manage to clear, but only as far as Gavi, and now Balde finds Pedri. Pedri to Gavi. Now Eric Garcia. And back to Gavi again, inside the centre circle. Just slowing the game down a little bit here, Barcelona, but happy in possession, comfortable in possession. Araujo gives it to Pedri again, still inside his own half. Leaves it for Eric Garcia. Back to Araujo, allowed to carry it forward unopposed into the centre circle. Short pass to Gavi and out wide to Balde. He gives it to Rafinha on the touchline. Back with Gavi, who was fouled by Ruiz de Galarreta. And there is a free kick. Played out wide to Rafinha. Cuts it back to the edge of the penalty area. Rather scuffed effort from Gavi it was on the edge of the box, and now there's a foul on the edge of the centre circle. Just over 3 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in the first half. Very comfortable for Barcelona. They've won the ball once again here. Played out to Rafinha. Looks for the underlapping run of Balde. The ball has been cleared by Athletic. It's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Peña. He leaves it for Kubasi. Another free kick awarded. Just a couple of minutes remaining in the first half here. Ball back with Unai Simon. Plays it out to DeMarcos. And slips it through for Marouane Sanadi, who may well be offside here. He's missed the target. He felt that he was caught there as he tried to take the shot. And they are claiming it should be a penalty here. Sanadi managed to stay onside when the ball's played through. He was onside into the penalty area, and he felt that he was clipped there by Araujo. He ran into the penalty area, took the ball past Araujo, and then just seemed to lose his footing. But it didn't look like there was any contact, and in fact the decision has been confirmed, so no penalty. I thought it was offside initially, but no flag went up, and in fact the replay showing that it wasn't offside. So the goal would have stood if Sanadi had been able to find the target with his effort. He just seemed to lose his footing at the crucial moment. He felt that he was clipped. No real evidence to suggest that there was anything like that. It just has been one of those halves for Athletic Bilbao. They played reasonably well in patches. They've had the ball in the net. They've had some big chances. They find themselves 2-0 down. Quality finishing of Robert Lewandowski proving to be the difference so far. So we move into stoppage time at the end of the first half. A couple of minutes have been signalled. Barcelona awarded a free kick on the left-hand touchline, foul on Gavi. The free kick has been taken now as Barcelona again knock the ball around with ease and search for a way through. Really just looking to see out this first half. They've hit the 100 goal mark for the season, 101 and counting. Lewandowski chasing his second La Liga hat-trick of the season. Only one player has managed more than one hat-trick this season. That's Alexander Sorloth, who scored a hat-trick earlier today against Girona, having scored 4 against Real Sociedad just over 2 weeks ago. He has had a late flurry of goals. He's finished on 20 goals for the season, 7 of them coming in those 2 matches. But here is one last attack perhaps from Barcelona at the end of this first half. They did lose the ball and then concede the free kick as well for a foul by Fermin Lopez. Two minutes almost up. And that's been a pretty comfortable first half for Barcelona. As the half-time whistle does go, Robert Lewandowski with 2 more goals to add to his collection, 27 for the season now. The first, a lovely scoop chip over the goalkeeper, in the second, a close-range header from Rafinha's corner. Athletic have had their chances in this first half, and it's Barcelona heading for another 3 points as things stand. Half-time scoreline, Athletic Club 0, Barcelona 2. Barcelona were looking to get to 100 goals in the league this season. They have done that with Lewandowski's first goal of the night. His second took him on to 27. He is still 4 behind Kylian Mbappe. He would have to have the most extraordinary second half to take that top goal scorer award. A couple of good chances for Athletic in that first half, but overall fairly comfortable evening for Barcelona. And just a reminder of the two lineups, which are unchanged from the first half for both teams. Athletic with a back four of DeMarcos Núñez Paredes and Yuri Beshiche in front of Unai Simon in goal. The midfield two of Ruiz de Galarreta and Yaura Kizar. The two defensive midfield players. Ahead of them, Birangay, Gomez and Williams, with Sanadi, the centre forward. And for Barcelona, Peña in goal, Garcia, Araujo, Kubasi and Balde, the back four, Pedri and Gavi in the midfield, with Fermin Lopez playing a little bit further forward in the middle of a three that includes Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, of course, on the two flanks, with Robert Lewandowski up front. 2 goals for him. And Barcelona now looking to make an impression early in the second half, and Robert Lewandowski squanders a chance to secure the hat-trick. It was a brilliant ball from Rafinha on the left-hand side. Perfectly judged cross. Lewandowski timed his run to perfection, arriving middle of the penalty area, unmarked, unchallenged. The ball was moving quite quickly, hit it first time, but he skied it over the bar. Fancy flick, almost falling to his knees in disbelief. Robert Lewandowski missing a golden chance to secure his second hat-trick of the season, become only the second player to score 2 hat-tricks this season, as Sanadi finds himself one-on-one with the goalkeeper again. He is denied. He has missed some big chances. It wouldn't have counted anyway. The flag does go up eventually for offside. A fairly dramatic opening 3 minutes of the second half, and actually, on reflection, that probably wasn't offside. Tried to do what Lewandowski did to Unai Simon in the first half and just chip it over the top. Peña stood up and made the save, and then the flag went up, which kind of felt inevitable, but as I say, looking at the replay, I'm not entirely convinced he was offside. I think that goal would have stood, and Sanadi has missed some big chances in this game for Athletic Bilbao, who of course are without Oihan Sanse, their top scorer. 15 league goals for him. He is a big miss. Lamine Yamal now in possession for Barcelona. Goes on a good run, eventually ran into trouble. The ball does go out of play, and it will be Barcelona throw-in. Almost 5 minutes gone in this second half, already fairly eventful. Big chances at both ends. Marwan Sanadi denied by the goalkeeper. Robert Lewandowski missing a good chance. Berangay has it now for Athletic, just inside the penalty area, tries to backheel it across the middle of the box, and it's cut out by Balde and played forward quickly by Pedri, who finds Rafinha, who has space to run into down the left-hand side, charging forward, gives it to Lewandowski on the edge of the penalty area, just had to sort his feet out and was then closed down. move has lost its momentum. It is still with Barcelona. Pedri plays it out wide to Balde. And with Rafinha. Gives it back to Pedri. Switches the play over to the right-hand side to find Lamine Yamal. Great ball with the outside of his foot into the penalty area. It's a lovely cross. Effortlessly brilliant from Lamine Yamal. It was cleared and dealt with. Barcelona awarded a throw-in on the halfway line. Barcelona on the move again. Ball played out to the right-hand side for Lamine Yamal, who then finds Fermin Lopez, who delivers the cross. It has been dealt with by Athletic again. Ruiz de Galarreta gets it away on the edge of the penalty area, but then the ball back at the feet of the Barcelona players. Pedri finding Balde out on the left-hand side. Back to Pedri again, and Balde again. Gives it to Rafinha, hovering around the edge of the box. Barcelona knocking the ball around comfortably, a lot of short passes, trying to keep it moving quickly. Very comfortable in possession. Barcelona again just happy keep his possession. Eric Garcia playing a ball over the top, which has been kept alive brilliantly, and it's going to fall to Lamine Yamal on the edge of the penalty area and tries to fire it into the bottom corner, but drags it wide of the post. Went for the near post rather than the far post, which everybody seemed to be expecting, including the goalkeeper, as Simon was left stranded. Go as Barcelona have it back again on the halfway line. Gavi and Pedri and Araujo, and now Eric Garcia keeping the ball comfortably. Eric Garcia gets past Nico Williams and finds Pedri, and now look to spread the ball out to the left hand side where there is space for Balde to keeping the ball comfortably. Eric Garcia gets past Nico Williams and finds Pedri, and now look to spread the ball out. Lewandowski, back to Pedri again, and Gavi. Tries to trick his way past Nico Williams, who is able. Yamal tries to trick his way for Athletic. It's a great run by Athletic's number 10, and now A chance down the right-hand side for Berenguer to get forward, gets the cross in, only half cleared. Nico Williams goes for goal and scuffed his effort from inside the penalty area. It was a glorious chance. And they have created moments in this match, Athletic. Very unfortunate to be 2-0 down. They've just lacked. Off the effort, well wide of the target from the middle of the penalty area. Great opportunity. Remains 2-0. Left-hand side. It's run harmlessly through for Peña. Yoragezia playing the ball out to the right-hand side. Just over 12 minutes gone in the second half. Might see the managers start to tinker with the lineup shortly, bring on a couple of substitutes. It does look as though Athletic are about to make a change. Certainly some activity down on the touchline as they try and find a way into the Barcelona penalty area once again. It has been picked up here by Balde. Barcelona now on the move, and a lovely little reverse pass into Lewandowski, who's striding forward into the penalty area. Is this the moment for his hat-trick? No, he's denied again. It's over the bar. May have taken a deflection. Yuri Beshishe did manage to get back, and there was a little bit of a tangle between the two players afterwards, and does seem to have come off a little worse here, the Athletic fullback. And he was in a foot race with Robert Lewandowski, lost that race but managed to recover, threw himself in front of the Polish striker as he got his shot away, and I think he may have deflected it over the top. Certainly did enough to put him off. The corner has been given. What a chance. Lewandowski has had two glorious opportunities to complete his hat-trick in this second half so far. The ball has come out to Pedri. And back again. Plays it all the way back to Balde inside the centre circle. Corner didn't really come to anything there for Barcelona as we hit the hour mark in this game, and Pedri's given the ball away, managed just about to win it back. Looks like there might be up to 3 changes made here by Barcelona as we approach the hour mark. Beñat Prados is one of those. I think he was about to come on. one or two others down there as well. We'll get confirmation on that shortly when the changes are made. But Sanadi has it now for Athletic on the right-hand side. Plays it into Nico Williams, edge of the penalty area. He's looking for space to get the shot away. And then as he lost the ball, also managed to commit a foul. That is a free kick, and now the changes can be made. So the first player to come off will be Ruiz de Galarreta. And Gomez also making way, and that is significant because Oyan Sansei is going to come on. Top scorer, been absent through injury for a while. Going to get half an hour here. Takes the place of Unai Gomez. And the final change will see Danny Vivian come on in place of Unai Nunez. A triple change. As Athletic search for a way back into this game. They'll be glad to have Sansei on the pitch. Might have been able to impact the game a little more from the start. He could have certainly done with some improved finishing earlier in the game. Having him available to come on here has made a big difference. He has been gradually working his way back into the team. He was absent for the first leg of the Europa League semi-final against Manchester United at the start of the month. That was a big blow. And he missed the games against Real Sociedad, which was a draw, and the 4-1 defeat to Manchester United at Old Trafford as well. Since his return, they have been winning games. They've won the last 3 that he has been involved in. 24 minutes against Alaves, 34 minutes against Getafe. Did play from the start against Valencia. Played just over an hour. Hasn't scored in those games since his return. And they'll be glad to have him on here for the final half hour as Barcelona make some changes. Araujo making way for Christensen. Dani Olmo is also on in place of Rafinha. A double change for Barcelona. .64 minutes played. Barcelona leading by 2-0. Ball with Eric Garcia. Christensen getting an early touch of the ball now as it's played back to him by the fullback. Exchanges passes with Pedri. He's allowed to turn, play the ball forward to Lewandowski. Little layoff for Dani Olmo, and Lewandowski set off on a run, but Olmo choosing to go to Lamine Yamal instead on the right-hand side. Lamine Yamal's been a little quiet today. A couple of moments, but not too much more. Already expect so much from the 17-year-old. Has played such a lot of football already. Now it's with Gavi. Finds Eric Garcia. Lovely little layoff from Olmo, who's looking for the return pass and goes down under a little bit of a challenge. Nothing too much. Nice little give and go there from Dani Olmo. Couldn't quite get onto the return pass from Fermin Lopez, who scooped it over the top of the defence. Yuri Beshiche with a little bit of a nudge, which was deemed a fair one by the referee. Sanadi has it now for Athletic, and the ball's been played out to the left-hand side for Nico Williams in acres of space all on his own into the penalty area. Took it out wide and then tried to drill it across goal, wasn't able to. Yuri Beshishe with the cross, which has been gathered comfortably by the goalkeeper. The loose ball gobbled up there by Iñaki Peña. Carried forward by Paredes. Hit the halfway point in the second half. Decent chances at both ends in this second period. Lewandowski's had 2 opportunities to complete his hat-trick. He'll be really frustrated that he wasn't able to take those. It's a strong tackle which allows Barcelona to regain possession. Dani Olmo keeping hold of it here for Barcelona. Getting pretty involved early on here since coming on. And he's picked it up again here, midway inside the Athletic half. Plays it forward to Lewandowski. Edge of the penalty area. Little layoff from him. It's played out to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal trying to force his way through. Still has it here. A lot of red and white shirts blocking his path to goal. It's played out to the left-hand side. Olmo, Lamine Yamal curls it over the top. Got himself into a great position. Just couldn't quite execute the finish. Beautifully worked again by Barcelona. They've got themselves into some really good positions. It wasn't an easy chance for Lamine Yamal. Edge of the penalty area. There were 2 defenders in front of him. And it wasn't his best strike. Ultimately, a little bit of a disappointment there. All over the top. For Nico Williams to chase, then wasn't able to keep it in play. Ball back with Eric Garcia, and now Christensen clips it up to the halfway line, but it's back with Athletic again. Berenguer trying to play a ball over the top, didn't quite manage to do so, but they have won it back again here, and Berenguer is, well, he was into the penalty area, decided to try and pick out a pass. Marwan Sanadi, the closest to getting on the end of it, but the ball never quite reached him. Barcelona can play their way out of trouble again. They have given it away. And there might be some danger again here. This time is Yaragiza, who wasn't able to pick out a pass, and Dani Olmo tries to wriggle away and he is fouled. And wins Barcelona a free kick. Prados, the substitute player, penalised, but no card coming out from the referee. Now Lamine Yamal, lovely first touch to skip past Yuri Beshishe. And cuts inside. The pass is a poor one. It's kind of summed up his night so far. We've seen little flashes of brilliance. He's played a bit more like a normal, talented 17-year-old footballer tonight. Just a little bit inconsistent, which is not what we're used to seeing from him. Hasn't quite been at the top of his game. But again, you just have to marvel at the quality of his performances overall this season. He's scored 9 goals in the league. beating his tally from last season by 5. It's his 35th appearance in La Liga, so he's only missed 3 games. Scored a couple goals in the Copa del Rey, 5 in Europe, 18 in total in all competitions. His first goals in the Champions League this season. Didn't score in 10 appearances last season, 5 in 13 this season for Lamine Yamal. It is a free kick though to Athletic, and it goes into the penalty area and it comes off the crossbar. Yuri Beshiche the closest to it, but it might have been a Barcelona defender who got the final touch. But now Barca can break, and Lamine Yamal has played the ball forward. And an important touch from Paredes prevented it from reaching Lewandowski. But Athletic was so close to pulling a goal back there. It just kind of sums up their night. They haven't had that bit of luck in front of goal. Had some big moments, just not been able to take advantage. But even then, when they very nearly scored, they had to be alert to avoid conceding. Moments later, Pedri to Eric Garcia, back to the goalkeeper, Iñaki Peña. There's a straight ball out to Dani Olmo, who turns and provides a lovely pass out wide to Balde. He's got space to run into again, just carries it forward all the way to the edge of the Athletic Bilbao penalty area, and then the cross comes in. It's going to fall to Lamine Yamal, who tries to close the game out with a third, but is denied at the near post by Unai Simon. It's a very good save. Pass was on, perhaps to Lewandowski, went for goal himself. Tried to catch the goalkeeper out of his near post, hit it well enough. It's a really good save by Unai Simon this time. Barcelona denied a third. Lamine Yamal denied his 10th league goal of the season. That would be a significant landmark for him. As the ball is headed back across goal, and Pedri not able to get on the end of it, neither is Lewandowski. Just having a look at the replay from a few minutes ago where Athletic hit the bar, it was the head of Pau Kubasi that the ball came off, and it rattled the crossbar, but only via a touch from the goalkeeper. So it's a brilliant save by Iñaki Peña that kept Barcelona's clean sheet intact there. Fabulous save to deny an own goal. Ball now with Dani Olmo and Lewandowski looking for the return pass, and Lewandowski was clattered inside the penalty area. I think we're going to get the first card of the night. It is a yellow for the foul on Lewandowski, and it is Yuri Beshiche, who's been treading a little bit of a fine line lately. Former Cheltenham Town loanee, amongst many other clubs as well, of course. Former PSG defender. There's a time he was a regular for Paris Saint-Germain. He left in 2018 to come to Athletic, has been there ever since. He's picked up the first yellow card of the night, as Paredes plays the ball back to the goalkeepers under a bit of pressure to clear, which he does. Only finds Balde, who in turn finds Fermin Lopez. He comes out to Balde again on the left-hand side as we enter the final 15 minutes of the game. Now with Eric Garcia. Lamine Yamal. Christensen. And Pedri. Playing it out wide to Balde. Stolen. And Nico Williams. And one back again. After Barcelona briefly dealt with the danger. And there's a challenge right on the edge of the box. Jauregui almost through on goal there. There were plenty of Barcelona players around him. He just couldn't find a way through. It's actually a really good challenge by Pau Gubasi to win the ball back. Now it's with Fermin Lopez, who is fouled. And the substitute Prados is the player penalised this time. "13 minutes to go." Garcia under pressure from Sansé. The ball bounces off the Athletic substitute and goes out of play for a goal kick to Barcelona. Played all the way back to Unai Simon. Christensen. On the halfway line here, Barcelona just happily keeping possession. It has been a little bit of a procession in this second half. Aside from a few early chances for Lewandowski, looks like he might be denied his second hat-trick of the season. As I mentioned before, only one player has scored more than one hat-trick this season, and that's Alexander Sorloth for Atletico Madrid, and he scored them both this month. For against Real Sociedad in week 35. Same week, of course, that Kylian Mbappe scored a hat-trick against Barcelona for Real Madrid. And the 4-3 defeat ultimately pretty much sealed the league title for Barcelona. Sorloth earlier today grabbing another hat-trick against Girona as Athletic make a change, and it's a fairly significant one. Nico Williams comes off, replaced by Iñaki Williams. One brother to another. And for Nico, is that the last time he'll be seen in an Athletic Bilbao shirt? No guarantees that he will be leaving, of course. But Iñaki Williams is on. Frankie de Jong is about to come on for Barcelona here. taking the place of Pedri. Gerard Martin. Has also been brought on. Taking the place of Balde. There's a ball in from Fermin Lopez. It has gone out of play for a goal kick. Whipped it in, right-footed from the left-hand side. And Paredes currently down inside the 6-yard box. Possible problem here, although he is back on his feet now. Eight minutes to go. Barcelona still with their 2-goal lead intact. Berenguer picks it up for Athletic. Can't pick out a teammate. Eric Garcia clears the ball away. Ball does come into the penalty area and Sanadi does get ahead to it, but again nothing to really trouble the goalkeeper Peña. It's been a frustrating night for Athletic Bilbao, but doesn't really change anything. It's been a fabulous season. Given away. Yuri Beshiche looking to get the cross in. He has managed to win Athletic a corner here. Taken from the left-hand side. Will be Berenguer to take it. Bit of a false start as he stops his run-up and goes to start again. Curls it in towards the near post. It's going to fall pretty kindly for Yarek Gizar. He's able to find the target, but not really trouble Iñaki Peña. Has very much been a procession in the second half for Barcelona. Still looked like they were playing at full intensity at the very start of the second period, but have dropped off that intensity level fairly significantly. Over the course of the second half, just had a pretty steady control over proceedings. As we enter the final 5 minutes. Goal kick taken long. Athletic still pushing hard, trying to find a goal, give their supporters something to cheer late on in this game. Prados does win a corner. Four minutes remaining. Can Athletic make anything happen from this set piece? It's delivered into the 6-yard box and punched away by Iñaki Peña. A little bit of a loose pass which eventually finds its way to Iñaki Williams and curls the ball wide of the post. It was a decent chance for Athletic's number 9. Brought on for his younger brother earlier in the game, 30-year-old, not quite able to find the target. Pretty decent chance, but this is the moment now that the San Mamés has been waiting for, as they prepare to say goodbye to Oscar de Marcos, the captain, 36-year-old. Is being replaced here in the 88th minute. As he hands the captain's armband to Iñaki Williams. It's a lengthy embrace between the two as well, as everyone inside the San Mamés rises to show their appreciation for an incredible servant to the club. More appearances than any other outfield player. He is replaced by Lecue for the final couple of minutes. Given his moment here in front of the home support. A lengthy embrace from Ernesto Valverde as well. Made his league debut in August of 2009. "15 and a half years, 16 seasons." And really being appreciated inside the San Mamés here. That kind of club loyalty is almost unheard of these days. He joined from Alaves back in 2009, where he played at around about 20 games for the first team. We played for the B team as well. And he will be forever associated with Athletic Bilbao. And in the midst of all that, Robin Lewandowski has made a rather more low-key exit from the pitch. Pau Victor is the player who's come on to replace him. Barcelona could be in again here. There's going to be no hat-trick for Lewandowski, incidentally. He had his chances to secure that. A couple of really big moments. Barcelona feel they should have a penalty here as well. There's Dani Olmo, who was seemingly through on goal. There was a challenge inside the penalty area, and I think this is being checked, by the way. Barcelona might get a penalty for this. Dani Olmo Made his run from the halfway line, timed it to perfection. And it is being checked by the video assistant referee. Maybe a question as to whether it was inside or outside the box. Doesn't look like there's any contact with the ball, so I think there's a fairly strong chance here that we might see a penalty late on in this game. And Robert Lewandowski has, of course, left the field of play, so no chance for him to complete his hat-trick. The referee's going over to the monitor to have a look. Usually this results in the decision being overturned. Looks a fairly clear foul inside the penalty area from Yuri Beshiche, who is on a yellow card as well. Could be consequences for him too. The referee's still looking at it. He's had a long look at this. It's been about 2 minutes since the incident itself. Let's see what he's going to do now. Referee steps away from the monitor. He does point to the penalty spot. I wonder if Yuri Beshiche could be in a bit of trouble here as well. Already on a yellow card. Dani Olmo, who won the penalty, looks keen to step up and take responsibility himself here. I think Yuri Beshiche might get away with this. Dani Olmo, signed from RB Leipzig. Fair amount of controversy around his move, of course. Whether he was actually going to be eligible to play. He scored 11 goals in 39 games in all competitions for Barcelona this season. 9 in 25 in La Liga. It's his 25th game tonight in the league. Chance to make it double figures in his first season in the Spanish top flight. Referee just shooing away the Athletic players who are encroaching the penalty area or getting near him to make their point. So Dani Olmo with the chance to make it 3-0, and he tucks it away into the corner. And Barcelona seal the win with Dani Olmo's 10th league goal of the season. We've now had 4 minutes of stoppage time as Olmo converts his second penalty of the campaign. 10 goals in his debut La Liga season after 4.5 years at RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga, where he netted a total of 17 goals in 107 league games. As the full-time whistle is blown, that was the final kick of the season. Barcelona sealing the win. Robert Lewandowski with 2 goals in the first half, and Dani Olmo adding a third late in the game in stoppage time to wrap up the victory at San Mamés. Barcelona were already champions, and they confirm it with a 3-0 win in Bilbao to wrap up the 2024-2025 La Liga season. Athletic Bilbao 0, Barcelona 3. To wrap up the 2024-2025 La Liga season. Athletic Bilbao 0, Barcelona 3.